Hey, real quick.
The basic geometric skeleton begins with a line of action. This is a human. So we have an egg shape up at the top, sort of looks like a balloon on the end of a string. Skip some space for an egg shape that's larger, that represents the rib cage. Skip a little bit more space, you have a box for the hips. Drop lines down on either side, and you have the upper leg, knees represented as circles. Drop lines down, and you have boxes for the shoes. Adding circles to either end of the top of the rib cage, those are your shoulders. Think of Buzz Lightyear, and he has those ball joints that allow him to move. Lines down to the bottom of the rib cage, circles cap off the elbows. The elbows, when you're standing straight, you'll notice that they are in alignment with the bottom of your rib cage. If you drop lines down for your forearms, if you're standing straight, the hands come to about mid-thigh. So this is the basic geometric skeleton, and you can now use this to pose your figures. That's a front view. If we look at the figure from the side, the line of action ends up taking on a little bit more of a sense of curve. We'll kind of come back to that. We have a straight line, we have the egg shape sitting up against that. The spinal column is attached towards the back, not exactly at the back, but the head sinks forward on the rib cage. So we have our rib cage here. Skip space again, using kind of the adjacent skeleton as reference. The hips, the knees, they will probably sink forward a little bit. Unless your knees are locked out, they'll probably be a little bit of a gentle bend forward. We have our feet there. Shoulders, you notice that here they're sunk down. I didn't completely align them here. You have to have a count for the traps. Your shoulders are not sitting right up high, they're shrugged there. When you drop the arms down, the arm will actually bend forward at the arm. It would only be locked out if you were holding a suitcase. So now you see the curve of the spine, it ends up taking on more of a, not quite an S shape, but it's more curvilinear. This curve is repeated throughout the entire body, whether it be the arm, the leg, the torso, and the head. If you were to actually pose this out, let's look at our Spider-Man here as reference. If I were to draw this pose for Spider-Man, I would think of this geometric skeleton, but I would just do it far more loosely. So I'm thinking as fast as I can. I'm also drawing this from a totally different perspective than what you're seeing on camera. And I'm trying to plug those elements in as quickly as I can. And I might not have the accuracy of these strict forms, but oftentimes you don't want that. You're just trying to think about your pose as quickly and as accurately as you can. You just see me changing my mind there about where the leg belongs. And it gives me a sense of, will this pose work? Can I feel the energy in the drawing? Then you can end up kind of building muscle on top of that, bulking it out, and adjusting as necessary.
Does that make sense? All right, good.